Hi guys, the Frugal Gal here. Don't know why I just held up my hands. Don't know why. I'm taking along on my journey. I'm moving into my new mobile home. And as most of you know, if you don't, if you're new here, please go down and hit that subscription button and the bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. I can't really tell you what my channel is about because it's about so many different things. I love doing vintage jewelry and selling it. I also right now am just telling you about my life, and I've told you about my health problems. I've had open heart surgery as of last year, a quadruple bypass, a bunch of different things. So if you want to go back and go through my videos, I'd appreciate that. I am not monetized. If you do see commercials, it is because a while back, about a year ago, YouTube said that they could put commercials on your channel if you weren't paid for them. So if you think I'm getting paid for this, I'm not. I don't have enough watch hours. It used to be if you got 1,000 subscribers, you got monetized. But right around the time I hit 1,000 subscribers, boom, they changed the rules. And it was you had to have so many watch hours in so much of a time period. But I still have a lot of my things out there in the shed that I moved my things out of. I lived in a camper before on this property, and now I have a mobile home. So I really am trying to, oh, sorry about the light. I really am trying to get a little bit of a time out of the shed when I feel like it because my health's still, really, I thought about the other day if I had to do all over again, I don't think I'd have open heart surgery. I don't feel better after it. I really don't. I don't know, but I have a lot of other health problems too, so. Moving on, don't want to be depressing. I'm going minimalist, so I'm trying to only keep the things that I really need, like really think I'm going to read. And this is what I'm doing today. I'm doing books. And as I go out in the shed, I've got rid of a lot of things. And as I go on the shed and get stuff, I'm still going through it. And if I don't need it, I'm putting it in a box, donating all this stuff. I've got a whole table out there. And the table, I have a chrome formica table that folds down. You know, like the 1950s and 60s chrome formica tables that the leaves come down. And I'm selling it. So if anybody lives in Missouri, it'd be real cheap. And I've got that full of stuff, so it's going to be donated. So I'm going to go through what I'm doing today. I have some items down here, as you can see. This is what I've pulled out for today. I'm going to show you my books if you're interested, and what I'm putting them on this. I'm putting them on this small bookshelf. I know they're not all going to fit, but we're going to try it. And a lot of them I haven't read, but I'm really interested in reading them. I used to read so much when I was a kid, but that's back before we had tablets to take up our time that we need to stop doing. But anyway, okay, this is a book called You Want Fries With That? It's about a white collar guy, but he burnt out, and so he went and got a minimum wage job and see how it works. I found this not too long ago. It's called Bury Me Standing. It's the gypsies and their journey, and it just looks, it's really a nonfiction, interesting. Bury me where I'm standing. That just sounds very deep. This is called Solo on Her Own Adventure. It's about a woman who went in the wilderness on her own, solo. This is a cute little book I bought while I was out at in Oregon, and it was actually like this on the shelf. So this is not something that happened. It's called Pajama Pilates, and I actually got money off because I said, "Yeah, you want to give me some money off? It's busted." This is called Low Man on the Totem Pole. It's H. Allen Smith. He's supposed to be a well-known older comic writer. It's a 1945 book. I like older books. I like finding out about books and then buying them when I realize that there's some classics out there that I might want to read. This is my absolute, you know what my absolute favorite book is? This right here, The Bell Jar. Read this when I was a teenager. Love this book. I've read it several times. The Bell Jar, about Sylvia. It's Sylvia Plath book. Of course, she was a depressed person. She ended up committing, unaliving herself, I think is what we can say on here. Which I think is ridiculous. We can't say that word, but okay, whatever. This is Jeeves and the Tides of the Bible, P.G. Wodehouse. I like books that take place in Art Deco time frame. I'm going to go back here so you can get more light. This is an interesting book. Tom Brown's Field Guide to City and Suburban survival, like if something happened. And this is actually a book written, I'm sure, probably in the early 80s, maybe late 70s. Yeah, 84. It's interesting just to see what you could do if times are tough or something happens. This is called earthing, and I'm really interested in this. This is the concept that once your feet should be touching the ground, the actual ground, and going barefoot instead of wearing shoes, because we are connected to the earth. And if you think about it, and if you have faith, and if you have some sort of faith in God, Adam did come from the ground and was made from the dust of the ground, and dust we shall return. So there's probably something to this. I think there really is, and it's supposed to help your health. And it used to be back in the day, it was now considered an old wives' tale. I hate when they use that term, actually. But that older women would tell their young daughters, I'm talking about way back in the day, don't put the shoes on the baby will get sick, because you should let the child run barefoot and be touched, grounded. Okay? Whatever you think about that, whatever you think about that. This is called Car Living When There's No Other Choice. I read this book. It was really good. It's about if you end up in a situation where, a lot of women, and a lot of it's women are ending up unfortunately in their 60s, and they don't have enough Social Security, or they get a divorce at the end of their life, and not end of their life, but in that part of their life, and they end up having to live in a vehicle. Very sad, but it happens. This is by Upton Sinclair, The Jungle. This is the book that he wrote about the Chicago meat markets, and really opened up everybody's eyes about, how our food were processed. Back then, this was took place in the early 1900s. So, yeah, it was first appeared in 1905. So this was about that back then. So, all right, another book I have, it's called Human Mechanism. I like these old books that maybe were used for high school or middle school textbooks, and they're about health. I always like looking at them and seeing how they signed them. And somebody signed it in 1922. And as my mom would say, well, they're dead now. She always does that. We go to thrift stores or antique stores, and there's old pictures, and she goes, Melissa, come here. And I'm like, what, Mom? And she's like, look at this picture. I know what you're going to say. She's like, they're all dead now. I'm like, why are we being so morbid? But she's always just joking. This was written first in 1906, then in 1918. So it's an over 100-year-old book. And it's amazing if you do get these old textbooks that were used in middle school and high school, how much more information we taught students back then than we do today. The intensity that they were expected to know things. Okay, this is a Bible. This is an old Bible. Somebody's family Bible. But this is a Revised Standard Version. I like having different versions of the Bible. Several different versions. This is the Bible, New American Standard. This was one of my first Bibles when we first started keeping the Sabbath and going to Sabbath services. This is my Bible that my dad passed on to me. It was a Bible that his mom gave to him. So my grandma, I never knew my grandma. She died when I was like a year or so old of cancer. And it's her handwriting in here. She only had a third grade education. Lived a very hard life, and she was always searching for the truth and wanting to know more about God. And this is the Bible she gave my dad, so he passed it on to me. So that's a special Bible to me. Then I have this book, James Herriot's writing. If you don't know who James Herriot is, he wrote the books All Things Bright and Beautiful. It was about a vet, and it was based on his time as a vet in upper parts of England, maybe Scotland. And these are like 4 or 5 books put together. All right, those are the ones I got out. And then you think this is a book, but it's not a book. It's a place to keep something. You know what I didn't know until I started packing? Look what I had in here. Money. I forget. Okay, and I got this out. I know it's just a cheap little picture. I've always loved this picture. I've had it for quite a while. I think I might even had this when I lived with my ex-husband. I don't know if you can tell, it's an oil painting. I love oil paintings. I don't know why. I usually hang this in my bathroom, but I don't know where I'm going to put it. You can take it off on the back and know that it's just painted on this back thing. It's not signed or anything, but I just like it. And I like the frame. Get some light in here. All right. What else do I have? This is my photos. I went to Israel, if you don't know. In 1999, I went to Israel and Jordan. And these are my photographs. There's a photographs of Bethlehem, where they think Christ was born. They built this around it and made it a religious site. This is the Sea of Galilee. The shores of the Sea of Galilee. That's the Mediterranean Ocean. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, that's my album. See, Welcome to Israel. I did go. I wasn't making it up. Okay. See, this is my framed picture. If you can see, I don't know if you can see on here. Of the, we gotta get it brighter. Hold on, we'll get it brighter. This is a framed picture. I was standing on the Mount of Olives, and I was taking a picture of the Dome of the Rock, which is right there, and the old city of Jerusalem, standing on the Mount of Olives, and I framed it, and I love that frame for it. This was 99, so it was a little different traveling over there in 99. What other things I have? I have this. This is one thing I have from my grandma that I just mentioned that I never knew, my dad's mom. My dad's parents were a bit older. They had my dad when my grandma was, they were born in 1905. So they had my dad when she was 40, about ready to turn, she was 44. She's about a month away from turning 44. And this, I'm sure this is something that they got out of a box of like oatmeal or something. Remember back in the day, they used to put stuff, dishes and stuff, because she never could afford anything like this. And I assume it's a little toothpick holder. And I'm keeping that, of course, because that's my grandma's that I never knew. I really wish I would have known her. These are little bottles of sand. This is from Petra in Jordan. And this is sand from the Mediterranean Ocean. Mediterranean Sea. Sorry, not ocean. Alright, we have a lot of other things. Just some jewelry and stuff I brought in. And I want to show you those things that mean a lot to me. So I'm going to put this stuff up. I did get my furniture. I will give you a video next of that. But right now I need to get this done because I have to go get the twins from daycare. They come up to my house on Wednesday afternoons, which is today. Spend some time with us, eat dinner, and then we take them home later tonight. But I did get my furniture. I'm pointing that way because that's where the furniture is. You can kind of see it back there. And I will give you a video of that later, of the furniture I finally got in my living room. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you like any of the books, if you've read any of these books. And I bought this book. It's called The Philosopher's Diet, because it was written by a Richard Watson. My last name is Watson, so I figured, got the same name. We must know what he's talking about, right? And if you like my shirt, tell me, B. It says Mimi of Lana and Dean. Mimi, Lana, and Dean. That's who I am. I'm Mimi. Their grandma got me that. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thumbs up. Don't worry about the hair. I have to pull it back. I'm burning up. All right. Bye, guys.